How we doing, Bengals Army? I got strawberry ice with me. It's me, Dusty. Jeff, how you doing, bud?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. We saw that AJ Green retired as a Bengal today. How you
Yeah,
feel
that was
about
pretty
that?
cool. That was pretty cool. Well deserved. I always say I was expecting it, but I mean that's something that should have happened. I mean that should happen more often to former Bengals. They should come back and retire as Bengals. So I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think it was a great time and great week for him to come back to Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, the
All the great
Ratbird
teams.
Killer is coming back when we're playing the Ratbirds. Hell yeah, let's go.
Well, how excited are we for the home opener? Because I'll be down there. I don't get to many games with how far I live. I feel like the home opener. There's a lot of energy around this team. I think we're gonna have a good time.
I'm ready to go, dude. I'll be down there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Dude, I can't wait. I'm gonna head into the stadium about 12 o'clock. Cheer on the boys. Well, cheer them all in warm-ups. And like I said, I think it's gonna be a bounce back week. Last week, that's what happens. We don't play preseason, but I'm not scared of the Ratbirds. I'm ready to go. I think we're gonna get the first win of the season.
Yep. And the thing is that they got some injuries. They're kind of banged up in a few different places.
Yeah, they're out like 4 starters, I heard.
Yeah. So they're down a little bit. But last year, nobody talked about how we were down in the playoffs. We're down 3 offensive linemen. Not too many people want to talk about that. So I don't have. I guess I have a little sympathy for teams when injuries occur, and you never want to see injuries, and you always want the best players out there on the field. But at the end of the day, you got to play some ball and see what happens. I don't think the Bengals get enough credit in how good the Ravens defense plays against us in us coming out with that victory last playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, but their defense, they played a better defense last weekend. The Browns, I hate to say it, they got our number. I don't know. I mean, Myles Garrett, there's nobody like Myles Garrett on the Ratbirds. That's just a fact. And yeah, their defense is good, but again, they don't scare me really. I mean, they give us problems, but we beat them the last 2 times back-to-back weekends. And they're, like I said, they're out 4 starters. So, I mean, this ain't going to be a blowout by no means. It's going to be a tough AFC North battle like they always are. But I think the Bengals are going to come out on top.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I hope we come out with some energy in a little more preparedness. I don't know what happened last week, and I don't want to.
We didn't play in the preseason. That's what happened.
Yep, it was kind of a preseason. Hopefully Joe's looking a little better and feeling a little better because I don't know, that had to be the worst game I've ever seen in Joe Burrow's career.
By far. Yeah, this is the worst game he's ever had. I mean, and I don't care what I said. It had nothing to do with his leg. The dude didn't play. If you just look at his passes, they just weren't in sync. When he was throwing a back shoulder fade, the guys thought, or a back shoulder pass, they thought it was going to be a fade. When they threw it a fade, they thought it was going to be a back shoulder pass. They were not in sync whatsoever. And the Browns would not let them have anything over the middle the way they were playing defense. Now, what we should have done is probably ran the ball more. Now, that I think it sounds crazy, but the weather had a lot to do with it, where they did not expect it to rain like that the whole time. For what I've heard, it sounded like it rained just on the stadium. It didn't rain anywhere else in Ohio, just on top of a Browns stadium there. So, I mean, it's a factor. It should have been. No. Should we have played better? Yes. But I don't, like I said, and people want to say it's Joe's leg. All right, well, he just played in a monsoon, and his leg is fine. So, I mean, if anytime he's going to hurt his calf again, would have been in a rain-soaked field, and he didn't, as far as we know anyway.
Yeah, that would be – I mean, it's just like running in sand. Like, when you got water on the field's wet, trying to plant and push off it, because I believe it's his right calf. So, he's pushing off that calf as throwing the football, just like when you're a pitcher playing baseball. You're pushing off that. You're driving. That's a lot of torque that goes into the calf. So, not just that. It's a really good defensive front. So that added pressure and the weather, I'm not going to make excuses for them. I think they should have played better and could have played better, but they look rough.
Shout out to our defense, though. Our defense balled out. I mean, I know we gave up 24 points, but they're out there the whole freaking time. Like, you can't be out. You can't. Our offense got 6 first downs. 6. That's all we got. You can't get 6 first downs and then expect the defense to play the whole game and shut them out. I mean, it's just unrealistic.
Yeah. Well, look at what the Browns really did in the field advantage. Now, we did not win that. We were deep every time. We were starting deep. They're getting the ball around their 45 or our 45, and that makes a big difference when you're playing that way. So 24 points to 24 to 3. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I think there's a lot we can take away from it. Joe got his warm up game out of the way, so
like I said, on the offensive side of the ball and the special teams, none of it looked good. No, I mean, Brad Robinson even came out and said that he played like ass, which he did. I mean, he punted the ball terrible, and that had a lot to do with the field position that we're always in. And like I said, the only side of the ball looked good was the defense. They were just out there the whole time. Everybody else looked terrible.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did not look good. How do you feel about Lyle Collins being released? That happened earlier this week. Was that surprising to you?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, to be honest. I mean, at first when it happened, because I kept saying all summer that I think they should keep him because they could fit him underneath the salary cap because of what's happened the last couple of years where we've gotten, our offensive linemen hurt, toward the end of the season. But now that I've kind of looked at everything, I mean, the Bengals are as close to the salary cap as they've ever been in their entire history. So, and I think they do really like Deontay Smith. I think he's grown by leaps and bounds. So it's not necessarily, it is a money thing. It's not necessarily being cheap. It's more of giving them more flexibility to if other guys get injured, be able to go sign other people and stuff. And you never know, you might be able to turn around and re-sign Lyle again for less money. So yes, I was surprised, but later on I kind of okay, I can kind of see why, they did that. And hopefully maybe sign T. Higgins, but I kind of doubt that's gonna happen this year. It's probably gonna be in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm there with you. In which T said, or his agent said they're not going to be talking during the season. Which there was a few interesting statements that was made about T. But how do you feel about that? I don't know if you heard the statement about the future plans with T and different things. I don't know if it was Marissa Contepelli that made those statements or who it was, but they said we don't have any future plans right now with T.
I did not hear that, but I mean, yeah, right now they don't because they're not going to talk. So in the immediate future, no, there is no plans. I mean, to be honest, they can tag T for 2 years if they want to. So I mean, worst case, I see them tagging him next year and then hopefully signing him or possibly tagging him next year and then tagging him and trading him the year after that. I hope they sign him, but the problem is the Bengals have never worked with David Mulligetta. That's his agent. That's the same agent as Jesse Bates. And as far as I know, they have never come to an agreement with him. And hats off to David Mulligetta. He gets his guys as much money as he possibly can. So that does not bode well for the Bengals to re-sign T. Now, I think T wants to be here. I think the Bengals want him here. And what T has to realize is the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You can go and get all the money on, which, I mean, I'm never going to fault an NFL player for trying to go get as much money as you can. I mean, because they're only playing for a short amount of time, and you got a chance to get, generational wealth where your kids, your grandkids got money. I totally understand that. But the football aspect of it is I was rolling back to when TJ Houshmandzadeh left. He had his best year, his last year as a Bengal. He left as a free agent and went and signed with Seattle. That was before Seattle had Russell Wilson. They didn't have a quarterback. And I think TJ was out of the league in 3 years. He was there for a year and a half, then went to Baltimore, then he was done. So wide receivers, you have to go where a quarterback is and where a system that fits you. So those are the things that T also has to consider because he can get the money, but NFL contracts aren't guaranteed. So he can go somewhere and get a big signing bonus. And if he goes there and him and the quarterback aren't on the same page or yada, 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 he could be – his contract could be, he could be cut and things could happen. So there's a lot going into it. I mean, I still hope we sign him. I'm a little less confident about it than I was before the season started, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was definitely really high on T coming in being here with us. I think he may be T's probably my favorite player on the team. Just the way his demeanor when he came into the league, saying how much he loved AJ Green, and which obviously ruler of the jungle this week. AJ's beloved by a lot of us Bengals fans.
Absolutely.
And just knowing the way he felt about him, and then coming in wanting to model that and what he's done for us. I mean, he just goes out and you have a number one like Jamar. It's really easy to feel outshined and be a diva and act a certain way. But I feel like Tyler Boyd and the way TB's held that group together speaks volumes of the leadership. And was you surprised that TB wasn't voted a captain?
I hadn't thought about it. I don't know. Has TB ever been a captain? That's a good question. I don't know if he has or not.
I can't recall if he was last year or not, but I felt like he was last year. I could be completely wrong, but I thought he was. But he seems like in the wide receiver core, he seems to be the guy that's just holds the group together, and just the way he acts and presents himself, you would just think he would be a captain. So I was a little surprised.
He's the big brother. He said that on interview, I think, on the Bengals Booth podcast with Dan Ord. I think that's where I heard it was. But he's like, him and T and Jamar is that they're brothers, and he said I'm the big brother to them. So yeah, that would make a little sense to make him a captain. But I mean, honestly, there's a lot of guys on this team with a high character in there. There's a lot of good guys they could pick to be the captains there. There's so many. That's one thing that's great about this team. Is not only are they great players, but they're good people. I mean, we don't have the Bengals of old where they're going out there getting in trouble, or they're going out there and they're doing, weird stuff, or not getting along with their teammates or whatever. So I mean, it's a good thing. What's up, guys?
Hey!
What's up, Jake?
How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good.
Good deal. We're right in front of Great American Ballpark. We're about to have a good time on the banks.
Sounds like fun. I was down there last night for James Rapin's signing.
Yeah, we were there. We left a little early. We bought a couple books, got him to sign them. It's a great book. Got to see a few people down here. Good times.
Yeah, I think we just missed you guys. We left a little early, but we had a long drive. We had about a 15-hour drive. We drove overnight to get up here, so we had about a 16-hour drive.
Yeah, I was there. What time? I got there, I think, around a little after 7, and then I left at 9. So, but we were sitting. My wife and daughter were with me, so we were sitting on the other side where everybody else was at. So, if you were there, that's why I didn't see you.
Yeah. So, Dusty, what's up, man? How you been?
Been good, man. Good to see you back, Mon. I knew you were traveling and stuff. I figured I'd send you the link out.
Thank you. I appreciate
you guys have a good trip?
We did. It was we hit every Buc-ee's in in the southern part of the United States. I can tell you that. Great bathrooms. You know what I mean?
Hey, we're getting one in Ohio now. Did you know that?
That's what I heard. That's great. I think we hit 5 on the way up.
I don't
know. 4.
Every 2 hours we were hitting.
Dude, how much of the barbecue and the brisket did you get?
That's another story for me.
Listen, Mon's an old guy. That brisket don't sit well with Mon.
Let me tell you something. We left where we live in Florida. About 50 miles is a Buc-ee's. I had a brisket. I was so excited, buddy. It wasn't pretty the rest of the way. That's all I got to say.
Every 2 hours we were
glad I wasn't in the car with you.
I'm a
roll window down. God.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's a family show, man. Come on, let's get back to football.
I'm a pulled pork guy. Their pulled pork sandwich is pretty good.
I like their last time I was there. I had their I think it was a pulled pork rib, but it was the wrap they had. Had like in a burrito. It was freaking good.
Man, you walk in the store and they start screaming, "Welcome to Buc-ee's," and they're all loud, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" It was crazy.
Mon doesn't get out much.
Real cute. Dusty, help me out, man. Come on, dude. I've been on the show 3 times. Help me out.
My bad. No, Mon. We'll switch subjects, man. We'll switch it. So you guys had a good trip. You're up in Cincy already. I'll be down there Tomorrow, me, my stepdad, and a couple of our buddies will be in lot 1U. Where you guys plan on being? I know Iceman's going to be in 1. Are you guys going to be in lot 1? Or are you going over? You guys going over to Bengal gyms, or where you plan on being at?
We'll be at gyms, but we're going to make the rounds. We're going to go try to hit as many as we can. I'm going to go see Jim probably first thing early in the morning. Then we're going to make our rounds. And I don't know. I tell you what, I don't want to drive back to Florida 0-2. We have got to win, because that's going to be worse than that brisket.
I don't know. Very much worse than that brisket.
Just want to change the subject, Mon.
That's what he does. I mean, Mon's right though. I don't care what anybody says. I think this is a must-win football game. Last year we went 0-2 and we recovered from it, but that 0-2 included an NFC team. This is not only another AFC opponent, but a divisional opponent. You can't be 0-2 in the AFC and in the division. This is a must-win game for the Bengals.
I think weren't we the first team to start 0-2 and actually make it to the playoffs like 30 years or something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that.
I know.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I know. I sort of feel odd saying must-win because it's so early, but you don't want to be 0-2 in your division. You don't want to be 0-2 in your division.
But I mean, I'm not really worried about it, man. I mean, honestly, the Browns defense is 10 times better, I think, than the Ravens. The Ravens got a good defense. Don't get me wrong, but they don't have Myles Garrett. Right. They don't have that guy that scares me.
There's no, Mon and I talked about that on the pod this week. There's no elite pass rusher, and I think right now, us Bengal fans, we go into every week right away looking at who are the pass rushers that we're facing, because that's really been the weakness of this football team the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. Really, what's cost us 2 Super Bowls is interior pass rush and outside pass rush. So the Ravens aren't built that way. A lot of their sacks are coming from linebackers. Obviously they got a good group of guys. Roquan, they bring him off the edge. They bring him from everywhere. So that's really, I think, more this week. It's more the blitz pickup. The running backs. We saw Travion Williams yesterday. Got to talk to him for a little bit, and I think those guys are going to be key. The pass protection that we're getting, the pass pro from those running backs.
Guys, we play 9 games at home this year. 9. We have to dominate at Paycor. We've got to.
Yeah, we do.
At worst, we got to be 7-2. At best, 9-0. And I think, the Bengals are hard out at home. They play really well, and I think that's going to be the difference tomorrow.
We lost once last year at home. That was it.
Yes.
We lost the first game of the year. That was it. So we just got to do what we did last year, but lose 0. Win all of them.
Guys, the other thing we talked about on the pod this week was, the frustration, I think, as Bengal fans, we know that this is not the team that we're going to see later on down the road. The thing we saw on Sunday last week, that's not what we're going to see down the road. But it's frustrating every week, every year, starting off slow, starting off 0-1, 0-2. Those games matter, and they cost us last year. I mean, we easily could have had home field advantage in the playoffs, and I think there's got to be more emphasis on these early games. I didn't see a lot of, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of energy from this football team. You know what I mean? I didn't see that, and I think this group of guys, they can't get complacent every year, thinking that we could start off 0-1 and 0-2 and do what we did last year, because that winning 10 games in a row in the NFL is really hard to do.
Yeah. It's not going to happen every year.
It's funny you say that, because I mean I came out and I've said that I thought we were going to start out 5-0, 6-0. Because I got out of practice a lot, so I noticed that we were in helmets and pads more often than we have been in past training camps for Zach Taylor, and I felt more of an intensity in the practices. But I do agree with you. They got to play a little bit in preseason. Now, the caveat that I don't want to be the Ratbirds where we're like, we're 24. We won 24 straight preseason games.
Yeah.
And you're freaking injured every freaking year.
Well, I think there's definitely a fine line. That's a good point.
That's a great fine line. That's an excellent point. Good point.
There's definitely a fine line.
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, I like what Zach does, but they got to play something. The offensive line and Joe have got to play a series or 2 in the preseason, I think, at least to get the rust out, so we don't have
20 snaps total, 25 snaps total, something like that over 2 games. I get the injury part, but we could find a fine line in between both.
Yeah.
Not too much, but
right.
But I think they're going to show up tomorrow, and I think the Monday night game we're going to win. We're going to win easily. I'm not trying to jump ahead. We're going to be okay, guys. We're going to be okay.
I just want to see a sense of urgency. I want to see a sense of urgency from this team.
Joe cut his hair. I think he's pretty urgent.
Dusty, what do you think, buddy?
Man, am I froze?
No, you're good. We just talk too much. You're not frozen, man.
Okay, my thing was froze, so I could hear you guys, but I couldn't see any movement. But yeah, man, I think tomorrow we're going to come out with some urgency, and they talked about it during the preseason, coming out with urgency. So the way the game was up in Cleveland, there wasn't much urgency. It seemed weird, and honestly, I don't know if it was Joe's health, the rain, what was going on. Things happen weird in Cleveland, but we normally play Baltimore pretty good. So I think they got some banged up pieces. I think we need to come out, execute, do what we do. They got some banged up corners, so their DBs are a little banged up. Let's see what happens. I'm excited for it. I want to be 1-1 division, start out good, come back on that game against the Rams, get another win. The Rams looked pretty good the other day, so I'm not going to lie. They looked pretty good. They might not be a pushover team like we thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't think anybody's going to beat the Bengals in prime time in Cincinnati. I just don't see that happening. This stadium is going to be crazy that Monday night. It's going to be crazy tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I'm going to lose my voice tomorrow. I guarantee you that.
You're going to have a fill-in for Monday's show, right? So.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, hey, guys, how you doing? Look at the special strawberry ice.
No, funny. I'm super excited to get down there tomorrow, man. It's been the last time I was down in Cincinnati was during the playoff game against the Ravens, so I'm ready to get back down there. Taking my stepdad, he's a Browns fan, but he's kind of converted over a little bit, just with me being a Bengals fan and stuff. So he'll be down there. He'll be cheering us on. It's gonna be fun. I got a couple other buddies. We're linking up, and like I said, we'll be in lot 1U. So you guys come through. We'll have some fun. I don't like doing score predictions at all. Do you guys like doing score predictions, or does that do you guys have a weird thing?
No, we got them. No, we did it on the show the other day. I had it 24-21 Cincinnati.
Mon doesn't like doing it because I'm usually always right. Not that I like to admit that, but I
as long as it's in the Bengals' favor, we're good.
I think what we're going to see tomorrow is a Joe Burrow that I don't want to use the word embarrassed, but I think Joe Burrow in this offense, I think they got embarrassed, and I think you're going to see a very explosive offensive performance. I see the Bengals scoring 30 points plus. I think this is a game that if the Bengals are able to force Lamar Jackson to throw the football, I think the Bengals run away with this game, to be honest with you. I think that's the key is, the Ravens are so good with time of possession and holding the football and keeping it away from the Bengals offense. If the Bengals can stop that and stop the run, this game could be a 30-point plus game for the Bengals offense.
Yeah, one thing, the Ravens got that new offense where they don't want to run the ball. They want to keep him in the pocket. And I'm like, please do. Please keep Lamar in the pocket. Please make him try to throw the ball. I will take that all day long. That's what they want to do. I'm like, cool. Go for it.
Absolutely.
Yes, you're right. We can't have what happened last week. The Bengals had the ball 25 minutes last week.
We had 6 first downs.
Yeah, and the Browns ran like 18 more plays than us. Mm-hmm. We can't have a repeat of that. We can't give up 200 yards rushing.
Right.
I think we're going to be all right. We just got to be more efficient running the ball, and hopefully that they work that out, but we'll see. Jake's wrong. Jake's already had like 8 beers. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy's medicated.
Yeah. So with fantasy football, you guys have any Bengals on your fantasy football teams?
Oh yeah. We're in the same league, and I lost by 24 last week, and I had Burrow and Higgins, which got me a total of 3 points. And I only lost by 24, but I have Burrow, Higgins, and Mixon, on my fantasy team.
I got Higgins.
I'm in 2 fantasy leagues, and I auto pick because I was at work and I couldn't get on and pick my own players. And I won both leagues last week. So auto picks did well. Unfortunately, they're full of Ravens, Steelers, and Browns. That sucks.
He's an auto pick guy.
But
ridiculous.
We'll see how it shakes out.
I won both my leagues. Or I won both games last week, but I had T in. Man, that was a little rough. I won by just a couple points. It was just a hair. Just a hair.
Good for you.
Who do you guys want to win on Monday night against the Steelers and the Browns? Do you want the Steelers to win to make it a 1-1 situation?
Got to. It's so hard, You just you kind of when those two play each other, you just want Bane to show up. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on.
You just want Bane to show up. But I'll say this. You, as Bengal fans, we got to root for the Squealers. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
You get everybody 1-1. This division basically resets itself.
Yep.
So unfortunately, I gotta root for the Squealers. It's so hard to
remember. Jake said that, not me. Not me.
Yeah.
Me. I don't agree. Nope. Not mine.
I'm with Jake. I want them both to lose, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, unfortunately,
get a tie.
Yeah. Well, a tie. But I mean, yeah, it'd be better if the Squealers would win. I mean, I can't say that I'll be rooting for them because I hate them, but I hope that they do win. However, so we win. We're all 1-1, like you said. It resets, and let's go get it Monday night and get the division lead there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Not to go off topic.
Hey guys, we gotta head back over to the Holy Banks.
The Holy Banks.
Yeah. We're from it right now.
The Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, same thing.
Listen, you can tell it's been great.
I thought you were going to church. The Holy Banks.
It's at the banks. You know what I mean? I live in Florida. Come on. I live in a small town in Florida. I'm a nobody. Okay? All right, guys.
Hey,
all right,
fellas. Later.
See you today.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Some good dudes right there. The Holy Banks.
They're going to church. Like, we're going to go pray to the Holy Banks for Joe Burrow's calf.
Hey, you got to send them up, man. No, Mon's been on the show multiple times. He's a good dude. I love talking football with him.
Yeah, I gotta get him on. I keep telling him I gotta get him on my show. We've never been able to link up yet.
Yeah. He's fun to have on, man. So hopefully you guys can link up and get him on there. Dude, we covered a lot of stuff. I'm so excited for this game tomorrow, dude. I might not seem excited because I've been moving stuff all day, bunch of hectic stuff going on. But no, I'm pumped up and I'm excited. I can't wait to get down there. Can't wait to see everybody. Do you got any?
So I will be, just let you know, like, because you're talking about tailgate. I'm going to start out at Longworth. I'm hoping to get down there by like 8 a.m. like Longworth, and hang out with Bomb Squad West, and then go to Lot 1, and then meet Maddie, Jackpot Joey. We're at the Jackpot Joey tailgate over in Lot B. So I'm going to mostly be over in Lot B, but I'll have my walking shoes on. I'll go visit some other ones too.
I'll have some burgers and stuff grilled up, bud.
There you go. Hey,
you got any? What'd you just toss in, old Iceman?
My
a Zenny?
Yeah, nicotine pouches. Yes, I'm trying to quit dipping, and I'm not drinking tomorrow. So this is gonna be an interesting tailgate for me. Try to change some things up a little bit.
You got you said those were tea bags?
Yeah, they're tea bags. Yeah, exactly. That's what they are.
No, I did those. I did those for a little while, but I was a big Copenhagen guy, and then I tried the tea and the coffee grains and stuff, and then I merged my way back over.
Yeah, I try to listen. This stuff actually works. Actually, Ted Karras, the one that my boy Ted Karras, the one that told me about it, and he said it works. And that's what I've been doing. These I still dip from time to time, but I've mostly been doing the Zen. So
yeah,
try to get a little healthier, try to make smarter decisions.
So they are the Zens?
Yeah, it's a Zen. Yeah, that's what it is.
So it's got nicotine in it?
Yeah, they're nicotine pouches. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got. I went over to the Zens too, but it's a little more convenient working in an office. And when I used to be out in the field doing stuff, it was nice I still do it when I'm out there, but in the office and you have some Zens, pop them in.
Yeah,
it's a little more convenient.
So Zen, if you want to sponsor this podcast, reach out to Dusty. Bengals Army by Zen.
yeah. I got buddies that collect the cans and send everything in. Try to get their. I think there's like a table or something they're trying to win. So the other day at work, I went to throw one away. I was like, I just tossed in the trash, and my buddy's like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, throwing the can away. It's empty. He's like, dude, you got to send those in. I remember doing that with Copenhagen. You could get all sorts of different things.
Sure, I remember do that with when I smoked with the Marlboro Reds back in the day. You could get Zippo lighters, you get camping gear, all kinds of stuff back when I smoked, which I don't smoke anymore. But yeah, I didn't know you could do that with Zen. I have to check that out.
Yeah, right on the back, you peel her down, and there's a barcode and different things. You collect it, and I don't ever do it. I should because
I might have to start doing that. That's cool.
You got any bold predictions for tomorrow, Iceman?
Nothing bold. I think we're going to win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, none of these games are ever blowouts. I mean, I hope it is. I hope it beat them by 30. Yeah. But I do think I'll put this in my bold prediction. My bold prediction is our offense is going to get back on track. We're going to throw the ball around. I think we're running way more consistent. We're never going to run as much as everybody wants us to. I don't think. I think T and Jamar and Joe all get back on the same page, and we're going to see some deep balls, some big plays from them.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. Just see a little bit more explosion in the run game.
And Joseph Osai is going to make some big plays because he's going to be back tomorrow. I'm expecting him to have a big year this year.
Yeah. Oh, I think we all are, man. Joseph Osai was that dude that I think a lot of us have been having high hopes for. So hopefully, and he came back a little sooner than we thought. So hopefully he comes back in.
To answer Ross's question, yeah, I'll be smoking a Victory cigar too with you. So.
Heck yeah. I do want the Victory cigar. Who do you think's going to lead us? You think Jamar's going to lead us in reception and yards, or you think we got T for our
yeah, I think it's going to be Jamar because Jamar's been the new Ratbird killer. So yeah, I think there's a good chance it could be Jamar. But you never know. T can rise up and because he's taller than most of their DBs. But I think if I had to put money on it, I would say Jamar is going to lead the way tomorrow as far as receptions go.
Do you think he's going to have another play, one of them spin off moves, and he just takes her deep?
I hope so,
dude. I hope so too, man. I really do. I'm wanting to see. I want to see, honestly. I just want to see a dominant performance. I'm not saying we win by anything crazy, but I want to see time possession to be dominant. I want to see our defense contain Lamar, which is not an easy task, but I want to contain Lamar. Zay Flowers he's a weapon. I'd like to see how our defensive backs do against him. And honestly, I'd like to see Juan Drago go up on him with that speed and stuff and see what that put youngster on youngster and see how they perform. I think that'll be a matchup I'm looking forward to see how those guys play against each other. And Dax Hill, obviously.
We got one of the fastest secondaries in the league, I think, this year with all these young guys. And don't forget about Cheeto. Cheeto's still fast as hell.
Oh yeah, Cheeto is. And so I don't know. His snap count was limited last week, but I'm interested to see what the snap count looks like.
It's gonna be up. It's gonna be more.
I think.
Yeah. I think he's gonna gradually get more and more and more and more as the season goes on.
Do they have a weapon that really scares you outside of Lamar on offense? Because I don't know. Mark Andrews is questionable, so
Yeah, I would say Andrews, but like I said, he's banged up. I mean, besides Lamar, I'm with you, Zay Flowers. I liked him coming out of Boston College, but you never know about OBJ, man. I mean, he could have a game where he just goes off, but I would probably put my money more on Zay Flowers than anybody. But you got to keep Lamar. Lamar's the biggest one. You got to keep him in the pocket and let him stand back there and try to throw passes all day long.
Yeah, I think Jermaine Pratt, man. I think I'd love to see him just play a little Badger role, come up through and light Lamar up. Because I don't know if you've seen on Twitter where everyone's posting those videos of Nick Vigil, the little spin move and Lamar taking into the house. And I don't see that happening against us now. That's not that's not our Bengals right now.
Our linebackers are too good. I mean, Pratt had a hell of a game last week.
He did. He had a really good game, and I think he's going to keep building off of it. Was really happy with that signing because a lot of people thought the end of the year, the way it was just an inconvenient time for somebody to film that and put it out there on a contract time. But I'm definitely interested. We're running up on the time you had, man. So if there was anything else you wanted to hit on, I appreciate you coming on. And
no, thanks for having me, man. I hope to see you tomorrow. I'm about to go watch the Bearcats win the victory bell for the 27th time. I'm exaggerating. We've won it like 6 or 7 years, or maybe 10 years. I don't remember. We got that. We're gonna win this game. But you guys, follow Dusty. Make sure you check out his show when he goes live, and you follow me every day, Monday through Friday, live at 5:30 on the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. But make sure you guys support this dude right here. He's a good guy, and I'll see you tomorrow, dude.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. And speaking of your Bearcats, just real quick.
Yeah.
Last week, Sauce Gardner. How did you feel about that game? Did you watch the Jets? Did you watch?
Yeah,
the Jets
yeah. I felt terrible about Aaron Rodgers, man. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was.
They might be all right. Look, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Zach Wilson does. But he's not Aaron Rodgers.
And then we got the Ohio State boy, Garrett Wilson, with that crazy catch.
No, that was ridiculous.
That was. I was at work watching it, and my partner that was working with me was walking in, and I'm sitting there, I'm yelling on that kick, on the kick return touchdown. The punt return touchdown. I was like, oh my gosh. And the person comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, what? And I was like, dude, you just missed a crazy game right here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully the Bengals game ain't that crazy and we get a good win and it doesn't come down to something like that. But
right, exactly.
Once again, man, I appreciate you coming on. We'll have to do it again soon. Hopefully you're making your rounds. You stop by and we link up tomorrow, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Sounds good, brother.
Hoo day. I'll see you.
See you guys.